We're Anemia.
Nice. What would you describe yourself as genre-wise?
99% sludge metal and 1% anything else we want to do.
Sludge, bit hungry.
Yeah, stoner, sludge, like that sort of vibe with mark and stuff.
Mainly sludge, but there are individual influences.
Yeah, I think sludge is like maybe hard, like a bit of hardcore there.
Punk as well.
Do you have a specific slash favourite genre that everyone can like?
Yeah, we have a very collective, like we have a lot of bands that collectively we love and we're all very, very influenced by. But outside of that, we do have very different tastes as well. So like I'm into a lot of like experimental stuff, I like stuff in the I like minds. And then like I like all kinds of genres of metal, but sludge stays at the root of what I do in the band. And everybody else has their own kind of take on it.
What got you into metal music, like as a whole?
I
I don't know, isn't it? It was definitely like I'm in the same boat with Kieran. Like, my mum hates. Well, she doesn't hate it. It's not her music. Well, but she was more of like. My mum was more on the grunge side, so I started listening to like Alice in Chains, Nirvana, like Stone Temple Pilots really young, and then my dad also would play his middle CDs, and I think it was the obvious start was Sabbath because that's what he'd play most of the time. But then it'd be like he'd move into like I think the heaviest he used to get away with playing around me was like Sepultura, which is kind of funny that it's become my favorite band now. But like Brent's not existing. Like my dad dragged me to because he found out I was listening to like I started listening to a lot more stoner doom, so like a lot of Sleep, a lot of Electric Business, a lot of Cough. But my first gig was the one he dragged me to the asylum, which was Orange Goblin, and that sort of started me down the heavier, like slower, like it started me into the sludge pipeline instead of like sticking to new metal, sticking to like, and I think. Before that, the heaviest I'd listened to was like Korn's The Nothing album because he'd showed me it after a day at school in like year 9.
How do you think like you guys individually have helped create a movement slash expand like the local scene?
Ooh, okay.
It's a tough question.
This one is a tough question considering how long have we been going now? When's our birthday?
Oh.
November the 14th, I think,
Yes.
or 14th.
Yeah,
November was when we first like.
Yeah, so November, December, January, February, March, May. So we're 6 months in, and we've only just announced our first gig, which is happening in July at Centrala. And
Very solid one.
but we set out from the start to want to connect with like people in the scene and people that are going to be coming to our gigs and consuming our stuff very early on. So right from our very first rehearsal, we were already posting on the Instagram, making it clear what we were setting out to do. And through that, we've been lucky enough to have like friends and people that like we aren't even as close to that have just kind of recognised us, and we've had some bands recognise us and everything. Flesh Creep's a big one that we're really inspired by that have noticed us, which is just amazing. And we've been lucky enough to have some people buy our merch already, some patches and shirts and stuff. And people seem to be quite hyped, and we're really excited for our first gig and to be able to get going, and we've got some originals and a demo, and we're just keeping that connection with us and our audience going. Regardless of whether we're going to be out and performing or not, we want to keep it, we want to keep everybody informed and make sure everybody's in on what we're doing as we are. I think that's the main thing for us.
How has metal music influenced like you guys individually, like the way you dress or the way you see them, things like that?
Well, I mean, the way I dress, I feel like it really defined me as a person when I was younger, when I was first getting into stuff, because I was so like obsessed with bands and stuff like that. I was really looking up to them. Obviously, you buy those shirts and stuff. You'd also like look up and look to how everyone else in that kind of group was dressing. So you kind of put yourself into that as well, try and base it off that. But I don't feel like I've ever really done that. I've always tried to be myself with it, you know what I mean? Like, there's, your staples of what people look like, do you know what I mean? But I don't know, I feel like I've always kept it to myself. And kept it.
You just caring.
Yeah, that's exactly. I'm just caring. That's how I felt like it. But yeah, I feel like it definitely inspired a lot of clothing choices. So, because things can inspire. But yeah, I think.
It sort of impacts all kind of social aspects on you, because when I was in my punk phase, you had all like the punk sort of messages and like left wing and this and that, and you've also got all these sort of ways they could dress, especially with crust punk. That I had all my crust bands and whatever. I don't really wear them anymore because they're just way too tight and just trying to. It's like training your legs. It's like a workout trying to wear them. You get to the gig and your legs are aching because they ain't much away. But yeah, it sort of impacts you socially with how you dress and sort of how you think, how you treat people, because there's a big community and some communities not so bigger. But yeah.
But getting into music and getting along with the people that you meet at gigs as well, I think helps. Looking at other people, how they dress as well. It's a community, as Shay said. Yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, literally from as young as I can remember, I have not given a toss what anyone thinks about what I'm wearing. Whether I want to go out in spots and stripes, or whether I want to match, if I don't want to match, if I want to wear all black, if I want to go all colourful, whatever, I don't care what people think about it, and I never have. And I think the fact that gets you a lot of backlash kind of almost shapes the way that I dress and shapes the way I present myself and everything, because especially when I was younger, like 12, 13 as well, and you think you're so cool and everything. Every time somebody made a comment at me or was nasty to me about what I was wearing, the way I dressed, it just made me want to go a bit further and look a bit more extreme and everything. And it's just kind of developed into a bit of what I want when I want. And sometimes you'll see me and I look completely gothic, and sometimes you see me and I've got more colours on me than a pride flag. You never know.
Yeah, before I got into music, all I'd ever wear, Nike trainers, Nike joggers, Nike shirt, Nike hoodie, and I cared what everyone said about me. I could not stomach going out in anything different, but once you get into that sort of music, stop caring. There's much bigger things to worry about.
The best places for locals are going to be Central and Flatbush.
Yeah.
Right.
Mothers.
Mothers, Central and Flatbush Mothers.
All hardcore shows that opens.
Yeah.
Then you've got the Dark Horse if you're into punk.
Dark Horse is really
Castle-
good.
The one that's
Castle and
Oh,
Falcon always locked in.
Castle and Falcon, yeah, that was also expensive.
Oh, Tilt, because I know Pulsar.
Oh, yeah, Pulsar are another local band that I love. Tilt, yeah, is a really good band for rapping.
Yeah. Probably for the better that it doesn't do stuff anymore. The Luigi.
I still work there. I need to leave. They don't even pay me. Wait,
I want to get
They're not showing up someone at work. They're not
they
showing
don't
up.
even pay me minimum wage. I don't know why I still fucking work there.
Oh, KK's is a great
I
thing.
don't know why,
I
What?
remember getting thrown over a table.
KK's is good.
Luigi.
Sometimes. No, KK's is always.
Admittedly,
Yeah.
KK's is rare that any local bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Because it's more of a big venue.
But like I said, all the gigs out there are fairly affordable. They're not ones.
Yeah,
That is true.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Did we answer anything?
I'm sure.
For a minute.
No, thanks so much for having us. I can't lie, I think I was accidentally clicking buttons on this the entire time. It was so
we'll find out.
I mean, it is very insightful, and just want to say thank you for giving us your time there. It's been
Thank
really
you.
good. Yeah, like this whole thing is like about identity. I think the like task was so like I wanted to get like a broad range of people.